Hi, my name is Larry Jackson, and this is my video, Tactical Combat Knives. We're going to focus today on folders, and the reason why I say folders is because your folders are more concealable if you take them out in the public. An example: this is a Cold Steel Shanghai double-bladed knife, a well-worthy combat weapon, but you can't put it in your pocket and hide it. You can probably tuck it in your trousers or something like that, in the small of your back and carry it like that. I mean, it can be done. But today, with the advent of superior locking mechanisms, the liner lock, the lock bag, the Triad by Cold Steel, you are now able to carry a combat folder that is suitable for toting and suitable for combat. Now, let's talk about what makes a knife a tactical weapon, a tactical folder. For one thing, they're going to be made out of superior materials. Usually they're going to be steel lined, titanium liners in them. The sides are going to be some type of polymer. They're going to be G10, Grivory, which is what Cold Steel uses. G10 is used by a variety of companies. I'm a Cold Steel fanatic, so you'll hear me mention Cold Steel a lot. But by all means, let's not make one mistake. Cold Steel is not the only knife option you have. There are many great options: Spyderco, Benchmade, Emerson, Microtech. Even Schrade is now making some combat quality weapons. Gerber makes some tactical folders. Buck make tactical folders. There's even Uzi makes them. Even Beretta make a tactical folder now. They're probably just more like putting the name on the Uzi and the Beretta. I'm more likely just using the name on them. They're just probably somebody else just makes them. But I'm a Cold Steel fan, and I believe pound for pound, dollar for dollar, Cold Steel are the best knives on the market. They have videos that will show you where they prove that without a doubt their weapons are combat quality. Now, there are boot knives and stuff that we could use, but I don't have my Cold Steel boot knives to put up. These are some just a little. They were basically off some Gerber boot knives that come out years ago, and they make great weapons. And at one point, it was thought, as I just mentioned, that at one point you would have to carry a fixed blade. A fixed blade is a knife that doesn't fold. It's just one piece. Usually it's a full tang, which means that the blade runs all the way to the length of the handle. So it won't break off here if you start thrusting and impacting objects. And in the combat mode, you want, if you strike a car, say you're fighting with a guy, and you're fighting with him, and you strike a car or a wall or a disc or something, a cheap knife would break. Especially if it's not full tang, which like I said, the blade runs all the way through the length of the handle, which gives you basically it's one solid piece of knife. It cannot fold and collapse. Folders in the past were felt that that's what they would do. They would collapse. And I don't have all my knives with me, so I'm just going to use an example here. This is an old timer. Okay? Everybody knows what an old timer is. An old Schrade, an old Buck, or something like that. Like something your grandfather carried. These are not tactical folders. For one thing, obviously this blade's a small knife, but I have some Cold Steel knives that are just as small, and they're awesome. Alright? But this blade has no lock on it, which means it could collapse in the middle of stabbing. And if it collapsed, your finger is going to be right there, and you're going to get a severe cut or even lose a part of your digit. So this is not a tactical folder. For one thing, it has no lock. It has just a little spring in it to keep it kind of in place, but there's no lock. Okay. Also, cheap knives, even when they have locks, are very easy to come loose. They don't hold. You can do them like that, and a little impact on them, and the lock will give. Tell you a story. Me and my brother were he was wanting the guy to make some daggers, and they look just like the Shanghai knife, with the long curve on it and the belly of a double-edged knife. And we were going to a knife maker in town that makes knives, and he sells them at gun shows. And he takes little pocket knives like the Schrade I just showed you and gets $200 for them. And he was my brother and he were discussing some designs in his shop, and I was looking at some of his folders that he had. And the guy was looking at some steel or doing something. My brother walked over to me. He's like, "What's going on?" And I took one of his knives, and that sold for like $175, and opened it, and just it had a lock on it, and gave it a little pressure, and the lock gave way. You know, and people are paying hundreds of dollars for these knives, and I mean, it was nice and pretty, nice and fancy, but it was literally junk. The lock was worthless. So that's what you got to be aware of when you buy a knife. Now, once again, I'm gonna restate that any knife is better than nothing. This knife is better than nothing. You know, but obviously you have to know within its limits of it. So the best thing to do is just try to slash it. Try to slash. Don't try to stab or anything like that. Just slash. Because as long as you're going against the fold, you know, it's not going to collapse on you. But when you start folding, you start stabbing and jabbing, that's when you're going to get this here. That's when you're going to get this. You'll get the blades going to, the lock's going to get away. Since it has a lock anyways. And a cheap knife would do better than that. There are some cheap knives, like I said. Microtech makes some decent knives. This is one of their, I think it's kind of like a boot knife folder. It's got a liner lock, which means the lock runs the length of the blade, and it literally just clasps in behind the blade like this. So it's actually pretty sturdy. But being a $7.99 knife off eBay, the lock was not quite fit, so I had to actually take it and file down the liner lock to make it fit smoother and make a better mate to the blade. It was sitting on the edge of the blade, sitting directly beneath it. It was like this, so it didn't get a good solid lock. So I had to actually go and modify the $7.99 knife. But it's actually a decent knife. It's aluminum handles. It's got a stainless liner on the blades. Okay, I guess that's probably 440 stainless or 420 JS stainless or something like that. But I mean, you know, you see that in a situation, this is definitely better than that. And people you might not want to spend $50 on a pocket knife. You may not have $50. And I understand. That's why I will keep restating. A cheap knife is better than no knife. I have quite a few knives here. I'm going to show you. This is by Blackie Collins. It's a nice little knife. Nice knife. I think, no, $7-8. It's a liner lock. The liner lock on this fits perfectly in the center of the blade, so it really has a nice lock to it. It's $7-8. It's small, got a pocket clip and so forth. We'll get back to that right now. What makes a tactical knife? Well, for one thing, as I said, the materials are superior materials in general, unless you get a cheap version of it. And we usually have some type of mechanism to hold it. It'll have some kind of pocket clip on it. There's different variations of the pocket clip. Some will be on the tip of the blade, some will be on the handle of the blade. Some knife where you can put it on the tip, the front, or the left or right hand, depending on how you want to open the knife. So this is a $8, $9, under $10 knife. It's got G10 scale on it. And it's got a liner on it. And so forth. I mean, it has the blade. We'll get into the blades now. This is what's called a clip point. As you see the curve on the belly, that's basically a clip point. This is another example of a clip point. It's a Cold Steel Voyager I bought, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years ago. Razor sharp, like a razor. This is a clip point. If you notice the curve on it's a clip point. Alright. This is not a folder, but it is some people call it a hog wheel, but it's more really of a karambit type knife. And it's not really, you can use it for stabbing, but it's more of a scrape, and you know, like that. It's going to really tear you to pieces because of the extreme point on it, across the neck, across the forehead, soft spots. It's going to destroy you to pieces. And this was a neck knife, and it comes with a little plastic sheath that kind of locks, that little button locks in it, and it would hang on your neck. So that's one form of one. Then you just have like I said, the boot knife. This is just a double-edged boot knife. This is a probably full tang with an aluminum handle. It's one piece, you know. And like I said, it's better than nothing. I have to reiterate that, you know, you got to have something better than nothing. One thing that is not a tactical knife are your utility knives. Now, this is a Leatherman, and it actually has a lock. So the blade will lock. If this is all you have, this is good because it will lock. So actually open the blade, you got to pull out the file, pull it halfway, and that allows you to close the blade. So this could be a substitute. Also, you can carry this discreetly, and nobody will think about it. In your mind, it's a weapon to fight with for self-defense. And it doesn't have a pocket clip. It has a nylon, ballistic nylon sheath that goes in your belt. That's a belt loop to go in your belt. So, but as I've said before, that is an example of one. This is another little serrated knife. It would, in a sense, you could call it a tactical knife because it has a mechanism for. It doesn't have a pocket clip, but it does have a liner lock, and it's not bad. The blade's paper thin. I bent the blade before already using it, so it's not going to work. It's not going to be a good stabber, but it's going to be a good slice. It's really a thin blade. I mean, 1/8 of an inch, maybe. Very, very thin. It's razor sharp. It will take a good edge because it basically, not because of the steel, which is going to be mainly just serrated stainless, but because of the thinness of the blade, it will take a razor edge, and it will slice you to pieces. And the lock is pretty good on it. The lock is pretty sturdy, so you can do some thrusts with it, some stabs and so forth. I mean, if you have to, you know, like, once again, it's a way of fighting. It's a way of defending yourself. No belt clip, but it has a clip where you can clip on your pants and so forth. And this will come out. It has a little button here that releases the belt clip, the little clip on it, and it allows you, so you can see it. It allows you to clip on. And you just push the button, and it slides out. So, you know, that's one way of carrying a knife. There are different sizes of knives. I'll show you another knife that is not a tactical folder. The very common Swiss Army knife. They're really good knives. They're really good knives. They have a lot of uses to them. I have several of them. They're really, you know, they're $30 at Walmart on the low end. A one that's got 7 or 8 tools in it. It's got pliers. It's got screwdriver. That's all handy. And once again, it's better than nothing. But it's very thin. It will take a monster. It will take a razor edge. It's very sharp. But once again, has no lock on it. No locking mechanism. Just a little spring to kind of keep it in place so it won't close on you. It would be a slicer, and that would be it. Start jabbing with it, the possibility of collapsing on you. Now, you could hold it not like this with your fingers rather so it collapsed on you, but you could hold it like this. You could hold it like that, and if it collapsed, if the so-called locking mechanism failed on you, it would just collapse, and you wouldn't suffer any injuries. That's the last resort. Okay. Back to the edges, tips. This is a Cold Steel Voyager. This is a Tanto edge. It is a design by Lynn Thompson. It is a modified version of the Japanese Tanto. The Japanese Tanto is not quite as angular as this here. And this knife, with this Tanto edge on it, allows you to get what's called a snap cut. When you snap on the boot. And what this does is, when you snap it, that point, right there, when you snap it and you hit him with that tip, snap cut, will leave a very deep wound in there. Where a clip point, which is like this, will not do that because it doesn't have that angle on it. And I mean, you can snap cut too, but it will not leave that point. Will not leave that type of damage. But once again, it's better than nothing. And so that's what you want to know. But we have we also have neck knives. As I said, where is it at? The Karambit. Smith & Wesson make one of these, and they're less than $20. It's better than nothing. It's kind of big for a neck knife, but you know, if you're a big guy and you got a baggy shirt on, you could carry a neck knife. Wouldn't be a problem. Cold Steel makes many neck knives, so this bitch made Black Hawk makes some. I actually have a couple Black Hawk neck knives. This is a Cold Steel Super Edge, very tiny, very light, and out of the box, razor sharp. We'll get something else too. So you can carry that on your neck, you know, and then you push it up. Go to work. Go to work. So you know that's something that would be. And this it's got holes in the secure. This is called a Securix case by Cold Steel, and you can take it. You can lace it to your shoes. You can lace it to your arms. You can tape it. I mean, you can tape it. You can just take some tape, tape the handle right there, and nobody would even know the difference. You know, a couple of rubber bands, and put it right there. You just put it under there and hide it. Nobody would even know that you were carrying something to fight with, to defend yourself with. Also, for some reason, if you want to sneak a weapon in somewhere, that would be a way to go. Just one example. The Benchmade Black Hawk, which I keep right here, it's an unusual edge. It's what I call a chisel edge. And the edge is blunt, flat. And I reckon they come to the conclusion, Black Hawk did. This is bought at Walmart for $29. It's AUSS combat steel. That's really good steel. That's what a lot of Cold Steel knives are made out of. So it's really good steel. It's very thin, very flat. Comes with a nice case. And something that you could purchase from Walmart. You don't have to even order it through the mail, which you could. Got like a kind of a Securix case like Cold Steel, but that's not what they call it. It lays very flat against the chest. You know, and you just pull it out and go to work. And these would be used for. You can hold it like that. You can strike with it, but it's mainly a puncher, a thruster. You know, it's not really. It's very angled, so it's not really going to do any slicing. But it will slice. It's pretty sharp, but it's mainly for jabbing. Now, what some people are wrong, and you need to be aware of this. When you learn anything about a knife, you're learning how to use it, but also what to look for and what to be aware of. Because if you got in front of a guy and he had one of these on and you didn't notice it, he starts punching you, hey, you're in trouble. He may not use it, he may not slash it like a knife. He may just hold it like this here. He's doing all this weaving about it and doing like this, and then you sneak up on him. Or he sneaks up on you and starts hitting you with it. Hey, and when he hits you a couple times with this, hey, the damage is done. Hey, it's going to be time to break and run then unless you have a weapon to fight back. So you've got to be aware. Like I said, like I just stated, when you're learning how to use a knife, you're learning what to be aware of, what to watch for. Alright? When you're dealing with folders, there's certain ways, there's certain mechanisms that tactical folders use to open the knife. Obviously, a neck knife, just pull them out. But folders are different. Folders have mechanisms on the knife that are used to open them. And I got an array of pocket knives over here and an array of pocket knives over there. And one way is that they have a hole in the blade. You see right there, there's a hole. And that is used, you take your thumb, and you open it like that. You'll take it. Very simple. That's a hole in the blade. Benchmade's have them. Emerson's have them. Stuff like that. That's not the only way. Lots of them have thumb plates or thumb studs, and we're gonna get to that in just in a second. So, anyways, that's I'm gonna get to the actual techniques of opening knives. It's more than one way. There's gravity knives, gravity openings, and inertia openings, and things like that. But we're going to get to the mechanisms that are built onto the blade to do it. And this is one right here. Just use a thumb stud. And you just simply put your finger in it, you open it up. This is a Cold Steel knife. It's a very old Voyager of mine. I've had many years. One of the first actual designs where the pocket clip was integrated, built out of the same piece that the handle is. Now they just screw the handles up. Now they screw the pocket clips on. Very old knife, very good knife. Well worth what I paid for it. But it has a thumb stud on it. It has a thumb stud on it. Well, no, see if you can see it. But it's a thumb stud right there. And you basically do it like I was doing the Black & Lawless knife. You'll take it. Turn around, can you see it? You'll take it. And you'll just take your fingers, take your thumb, and just push forward, and the blade will swing open. The blade will come open. That's one method. One method that are built into the knives. An old one, some of them have what's called a thumb disc, not a thumb plate. It's a round plate that's on the blade, on the back of the blade, right, if you can see it. Right there. And it's the same thing as a thumb stud. You take it and you push it open. One more time so you can see what we're doing. One more time. Of course, now you can get. Very easy, very simple, well designed. Whoever, I might get Spyderco Edwards to come up with first ones like that. That's another way. We have another cold steel knife called a Rajah 2, Rajah 3. It has a plate on it. You can see the plate on these are very large. The cold steel knives, and there's a reason why they're so large. But once again, you can simply take, open the knife, and if you hear the spring is good spring, good lock on it. That's the new Triad lock that I vaguely mentioned earlier. I always watch. It's not the only good lock, but this little knife will hold like 200 pounds on this lock. I mean, really outrageously durable and worthy. But it's got the little thumb lock on it. One thing we didn't mention, I'm gonna get back to just right now, is that you have several types of blades. You have a blade that is smooth. It's a smooth edge like this. Nothing on it. Very smooth. A good slicer. Makes a paper thin cut. Then you have what's called a serrated edge. And you get in front of the camera there and you can see it has teeth on it. And there are several different designs by different companies that come up. That's called a serrated edge. And in my opinion, and I don't think many people will argue with me at this point, that is the best serrated edge. It's not, the teeth are very small, unlike other serrated edges. When you pull it on, it's used for cutting rope materials and stuff. That's what it was originally came from. It's like a saw on a knife. Most other all other designs, the teeth are a little bit larger, and they don't as cut as smooth. If you can imagine a wood saw, a tree branch, a handsaw used to cutting limbs, the teeth are very big, very wide. Where these are very tiny and very smaller, and they cut smoother, but it cuts like a chainsaw. I have another one I used to carry, and I wore it, the lockout, practicing on my inertia opening techniques. Wore the lock slap out of a cold steel knife. And I used to call it a pocket chainsaw, because this is going to rip you to pieces. That serrated edge is not going to play. A smooth edge is going to be bad enough already, but this is going to rip you to pieces, and that's no joke. It's going to rip you up, and it's going to be on. You're going to get some serious stitches out of this blade. So keep that in mind when selecting knives. If you're going to get a serrated, I have to insist on cold steel. Cold steel have the best serrated edge there is, without a doubt. And if you go to a gun show, you'll see knives. You can just look at them yourself, and you can feel the edge of how sharp and pointy it is. But it's really a smooth cut. It's just breaking the skin. It's so sharp, you know. And over any other, it's beyond a doubt a superior design when it comes to serrated edges. I've had other serrated knife edges, and they basically were junk compared to this edge. This is the edge you want if you're gonna get a serrated edge. On anything else, you know, get your Benchmade, get your whatever, Spyderco. They're all magnificent knives. They're expensive, but they're really good knives. I mean, they're expensive because of the quality of the materials. Titanium lockers, liners, and all that. That adds up. Handmade, the marketing, quality of them there. So, but if you're going to get a serrated, I have to insist on a cold steel serrated knife, without a doubt. Without a doubt. There's no doubt. It is a superior design when it comes to serrated edges. So if you're going to get that is what you got to have. You got to have a serrated edge, without a doubt. Got to have it. You got to get a cold steel knife. Okay. Now I'm going to get to some of the opening techniques. I'll use this here knife. This is a serrated edge by Cold Steel. This, excuse me. Just remember, we're filming this live at my house. So anyways, but that knife is the older version of this. Now you'll see there's a much beefier blade, much thicker handle. This one is a newer knife. This one was more expensive. This lock I wore out. This lock I will not be able to wear out. This is a serrated edge. This one's not a serrated edge. Okay? But I wore this knife out practicing my techniques. Some of my nursery techniques. And this, anyways, we're going to get to that now. Several techniques that we can use. I'm going to just mention a couple right now, and then later we're going to get down and I'll show you another technique. I have to make an adjustment on the camera so you can see that technique. Alright? And so I'll stop the camera at that point and film the technique, another technique. That is, some of the knives are quick for, you can't do that technique with all knives. But as long as the techniques I'm going to, opening techniques I'm going to show you, basically work on all tactical folders, because they all have thumb assist plates or something like that. We're going to change knives, because that knife is just, you know, just for there. Anyways, this is going to be the first technique. What we're going to do is we're going to spin the knife like this in my wrist. And I wore that other Cold Steel knife out simply sitting in front of the TV listening to the radio doing that. That's how that works. It takes you to get you most used to doing it. You're not doing it like that, which you could do that, but that's not what we're doing. We're rolling the hand. We're just spinning the knife like that. So it's like it. And just do it a couple more times. And just like this. Alright, that's how that works. Then you can do it like this. You see how the blade open halfway up? And then do that. You see it? Just kind of. I don't use it a whole lot, but I'm just giving you options. See here, get myself. There you go. So I haven't done that myself. That's not a preferred technique of mine. But here's. That's one way. Just going to drop the wrist. Because just by dropping the wrist, it comes out halfway. You just sling it up. Make sure you keep your hands out of the way of the handle when you're doing that technique. Because if you open it halfway up, so it just takes getting used to again. I haven't done that technique in a while myself. That's not my favorite one. Just like that. Now, then you're going to use the thumb stud. And this is to get an inverted or ice pick technique, stab. I have short fingers, so I have to use it. It's a little bit more difficult for me. I have small hands, I'm a small guy. And you just simply pull it down. See, I didn't grab the blade right. Just pull it down. Just like that. Very slow. I mean, if you have big hands, you can pick this. I don't practice it a lot either, because I know it's just going to be, that's all you do. What I would encourage you to do is to replay this video and get your knife. It's kind of like an exercise video. Do it with me, Do it 10 times and we're going to the next technique. I'm going to do it 10 times. We're going to do each one of these techniques 10 times. Go to the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we finish off with the 10. Now that technique, well, with ice pick stabbing, you can do slashes, over slashes. You know, if a guy will punch it, you can block it like that. Because if the blade lands against, if he hits it and lands against your hand, against your forearm, then you can brace it. So it's a good block, ice pick technique, close combat such technique. You stab him, you know, you uppercut thrust. You know the blade is in reverse. What's called a reverse grip. This is a forward grip. That's a reverse grip. So there's your technique. That's what that technique. Generally, you know, kind of keep in mind how you're going to do it. Like if you're going to pull it out of your pocket a certain way, then I'm gonna pull it out where you come into your whatever you want to go into, whatever mode of action you want to take. But one more time, to go into the reverse grip. Do it once, because that was pretty not what I want to do. Very simple. All right. Then we can actually hold the blade. If you have a hole, like this Benchmade here, you see it has a hole in the handle. Very, very easy. The thumb studs can come loose, but the thumb plates can come off. They're screwed in, but the hole won't fail you. The hole's always going to be there. All right. So, anyways, you hold it like this here by the hole. You just sling it open. Do it a couple more times. Very simple. But you need to practice. Like I said, it's easy to practice. Just sit in front of the TV. Do it 10 times. Put the blade up. Beware though, if you do it excessive amount of times, you can't wear a lockout. No. We'll go ahead and give you 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And once again, that blade's kind of, I don't use it much, it's kind of stiff, but make it a good 10 one. Alright. Also, you notice when you do this, you hear the click. We're going to get to that. There may be times where you want to be covert about opening your knife. And in a quick situation, when someone's on top of you, you're pulling it out, and you need to get out of your pocket and go to work. It doesn't matter if he hears it, because in a minute he's going to feel it. But an example would be that you're in a bar somewhere and you see some guy getting kind of rowdy, and he's making his rounds. He's pushing on people, shoving on people, and everything. And you figure, well, for example, they always pick me out. I'm the little guy, so the bullies always seem to kind of gravitate towards me. So instead of doing that, where they're like, damn, what was that? As he's gravitating around, you just ease the knife out of your pocket, press the lock, and then just put it behind your hand, or something like this. Just kind of tuck it in like this. You push it up against you, and then the knife is concealed and already open for action. I'm going to say one thing about the legalities of using a knife. A knife is more deadly than a gun. One strike, one slice of the blade can inflict 30, 40 stitches. You can literally almost nearly cut a person's head off if the knife is sharp enough. You can cut him all the way across from here. You can cut him halfway around his head with a stroke. Across the softness of the front of the neck, you can cut to the spine, from the left to the right, from the ear to the ear. You can put all of his guts on the floor with one slash. One slash. That is deep enough. That blade is more than enough to reach his heart. Stab him in his heart or punch his lungs out. It has as much penetration as a pistol. So remember that. And the legality is, if you have to slice up somebody, you best make sure you have a legal reason to use that knife. Because when you inflict 30, 40, 50 stitches on a person, and you can't explain what gave you the right, mind, and self-defense rights to do that, you're going to jail for a long time. Also, watch your local laws. I'm in the South. They don't harp too much on folding knives. But in those liberal states, you know, you can't carry anything. They don't want you to be able to defend yourself. Anyways, like I was saying, we're gonna do 10 for this here. Oh no, this technique here where you just simply go. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And not lock it still. 9 and 10. So there you go. 3 simple ways to open up a pocket knife. Now there's a 4th one. I'm going to have to adjust the camera and so forth, and we'll come back and we'll get to that. And all knives can't do that. Knives with thumb plates and what Emerson called the Emerson wave, which is a very simple but ingenious way of getting the knife open. I wish Cold Steel had come up with the idea. It is an awesome way of opening the knife, and it's really, I would say, the fastest. To my knowledge, only Emerson's, some Spydercos have a similar method. Cold Steels and Fox knives have them. That's about the only ones I know that have that wave feature. Emerson has licensed it to several companies, and they have the technique on it. They have that what's called the Emerson wave, which is just the blade is cut out with a lip on it like this. That when you pull it out of your pants, out of your pocket, it snags the blade, and as you pull the blade out, the blade opens on its own. So see, I have to with these knives, I had to pull it out and then do that, then open it. But Cold Steel has that design, and this is what I'm going to show you. Just demonstrate for you. As you pull it out of your pants, it's upside down like this, and as you pull it out, it's open. It opens. You just snag it on the edge of your pocket, and it opens it. Very gentle, and it's really the fastest way. Emerson, and the Fox Karama do a YouTube commercial, commercial about being the fast. And without a doubt, it is the fastest opening way. But everybody doesn't have the $129 to go get a Fox Karama or $200 to get a Emerson knife. But no, with Cold Steel, you spend $30-40, and several of the knives have them on there. Give you reference, not because I'm partial to Cold Steel, but because this is a Rajah 3. It has the plate on it. The Rajah 2 has the plate, but the Rajah 2 is this long closed. Where did I put it at? I'm going to show you. Excuse me, once again, we're filming live. It was in front of me. I've got just a table full of knives here. This is the Rajah 2. This is the Rajah 3. I'm just going to show you. This is way too big to carry in your pocket, but I guess a big man could carry it in his pocket. Step back and you see the whole blade. Basically, what that is a folding Gurkha that Cold Steel's come up with. With the Tri-Lock, I think that lock will hold like 300 pounds. And what I mean by hold, they take the tip and they put this tip in a vise with a screw and a plate, and they hold it like this. And they take this lanyard hole, they put a chain on it, and they hang steel weightlifting plates on it, and let the plate swing. And this knife will hold like, I think, 350 pounds. It's probably one of the strongest locks ever created for a knife. The Desperado, which is a Cold Steel knife, one it is, I think this may hold more than that. It holds 600 pounds. 600 pounds. I may sound like this is a Cold Steel promotion, but I mean, I just have to tell you what I can tell you. Now, what Emerson will hold, I don't know. Spydercos, I don't know. Benchmarks, I don't know. They won't show nothing. They will not put their knife through that test. If they do, they don't do it publicly. Cold Steel puts it out. Cold Steel drops their pants and lets it all hang out. They tell you, this is what this knife holds. They even took one, I think they hung it for like 20 hours with that triad lock. And it held for 20 hours. And they didn't go farther. They just left it hanging in 20 hours. Whenever they come in, just took the load off of it. And then tested the lock again. Hey, no slack, gap, or anything in the lock. So, I mean, and that's all they did. Hey, tested it. But now you can, see, that's a lot of weight. I mean, and how you could drop that blade because there's so much leverage on you going outwards. So, you know, that's, I mean, you can carry this in your pocket. God bless you if you can. I can't see it. I can't do it. But it has a thumb stud on it, and you can do it. So, you can see what I'm doing? Short hands again, short thumbs. But that is an option. If you want to carry something that big, you run about $100. A little bit less depending on where you find them at. Yeah. An outrageous. Remember Bill Crocodile Dundee? This is a knife. Yes. Anyways, now I'm gonna cut the video off. I'm gonna show you how this butt plate works. Like I said, only select brand of knives, several select brand of knives have this, and there's an option. If you have the money, I would suggest getting it, because you can do the inertia openings and so forth. I mean, I could do that with that. Just a little bit of effort here, maybe not. But the thing is, if you get one with the butt plate or the Emerson Wave, that I would suggest that if you get the money, that's a route to go. Because it is the fastest, and deployment is all about it. If he's on top of you, well, even if he's on top of you and he's grabbing you, you can still pick it out and start stabbing. You can still do that. So but I mean, if you want the fast, you want to be the fastest gun in the West, you got to get the fastest gun. And I think that technique, that feature on these select brand of knives is a feature that is really awesome. And I would suggest anybody, if you can get it. I've had some of them, but I like the Voyager, so actually I don't have them. But like I said, the Navajo too. I mean, excuse me. There are certain, almost all the Emersons have them on there. Almost all the Emersons, and a lot of the Spydercos have them. Bitchbaits don't have them. They have the hole, and they have the thumb hole. But Emersons, almost all the Emersons, I believe, have the wave feature now. The Fox Karambit, they have them all on those. That's an option. They're very, very well built knives from Italy. Emersons are made in the United States. Cold Steels are Japan, Taiwan. They were made in Japan and the United States, and they just got too expensive. So to keep costs down, they went to Taiwan, but they still made out of the same materials, same blade steels. Some of the Cold Steels I'll show you were all Japanese, and they would be expensive to sell. Even they would be expensive if I sold them used, because they're made in Japan. But anyways, I'm gonna cut the camera off now, and I'm gonna show you how the butt plate works. And this is the second part of learning tactical knives. Son of a bitch. Well, that's why this is just a training tape to practice, see what we can get done, see how it looks and so forth. All right, I'm gonna adjust the camera here. Okay, we had a camera malfunction, but we're gonna still get this done. All right, here's how the technique works. It's in your pocket, and all you do is just pull it up. You gotta practice that. I'm kind of scared of cutting my pants. Some people say they cut their pants. That's how it works. That part hangs, snags on the blue jeans on your pocket. So you know you got to get a. I would kind of patty foot around with it, but anyway. So you know, somebody said you just. Yeah, we gotta get you some. Can't pull, so you gotta pull it towards the back a little bit so it'll snag it. You gotta put it in it. And then you go right into action. That's how that works. Very simple. And it's without a doubt the fastest way. Because see, I would have to do this. I would have to do this. I'd have to put it in my pocket and then open it up. Put it in my pocket. Open it up. Well, if it's got the wave feature or the Cold Steel butt plate, thumb plate, and you're in action. Very fast. Without a doubt, I think it's a really awesome, simple design. And I commend Emerson on that without a doubt. That to me, that's one of the best innovations on the night that's come around in a long time. So there you go. How to use the butt plate, thumb plate. Now I'm gonna do it with the large one just for the kicks of it, and see, that will fit in your pocket, and it really doesn't look. You can't really tell that you got something in there big, but anyways, you pull it out. You can see it. You know, I know carrying something that large would probably be pretty intimidating. So we can get a good hard one there. Put it in there. One more time. And just take it and grab it. I think Cold Steel should put this on all their knives. Because the only ones that have it is the Rajah 2s. The Rajahs have them. The Esperados have them. The AK-47s. Yeah. That's the only ones I know that I recall have them. But there you go. A very simple idea that will get you into business fast. Like I said, you want to be the fastest gun in the West? You want to be the fastest gun in the West? You got to have the fastest gun in the West. So anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for purchasing the video. And we're going to move forward with some other stuff, some other videos. And God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Goodbye.